Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. Today we're going to be recapping The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 12, Episode 14, Armenian Rhapsody. Good job on the name, bravo. That one's pretty funny. Okay, let's get right into this ongoing hell that is trying to get Tamra and Vicky back together again. They met for coffee and let's just say it could have gone better. Vicky says that she wants them to start to be nice to each other, and Tamra's not accepting any sort of responsibility whatsoever for not being nice. So Tamra says to her, "What have I ever done to you that wasn't nice? Just tell me, name something." And Vicky starts to say that she thinks that Tamra is sort of like rallying the troops to turn against her. And Vicky's getting herself like all worked up about it, and she's kind of getting loud. And then of course we have the reaction shot of the other diners. And then very quietly and calmly, Tamra says, "Calm down, Vicky. It's not a good look." You are such a mean girl, Tamra. We all know that whenever you get like worked up about something and the other person is super calm and tells you, "Calm down," that's infuriating. And she knows it, and that's exactly what she was trying to do. Anyway, she then says, "Why would you say that Eddie was gay? What has he ever done to you?" And Vicky's like, "Nothing. I like Eddie. He's done nothing to me." "So why would you say that? And why would he be married to me then? If he was gay, why would he be married to me?" Vicky, oh God, Vicky, just say, "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have perpetuated this rumor. I didn't start it, but I was wrong to talk to other people about it." But no, instead, Vicky chooses to say, I don't know, maybe to get a gym?" So Tamara's like, what did you just say? Did you say he married me so that he could get his own gym? That's not true. I begged him to go into the business with me. He worked for his dad. He had a $400,000 a year job that he left to go work in the gym with me. Pump the brakes. Did you just say Eddie had a $400,000 a year job that he left? What? Why? Why would you ask your husband to leave a $400,000 a year job? If my husband was making that much money, I could start my own gym and hire somebody to do it with me. If I were Vicky, I would be like, that's crazy. That is just crazy talk. Anyway, Tamra ends up getting herself all worked up and decides that she's just come to this realization. You know what? You don't deserve me. You're not good enough for me. And she gets up and she storms out. Vicky then finally leaves and she gets in her car and she calls Steve to tell him, yeah, it did not go as planned. And Steve's telling her, well, you know what? What else can you do? You did your best. If that's Vicky's best, I guess I understand why Vicky's having trouble connecting with people. Meanwhile, at Kelly's house, apparently her dad is visiting, and she tells the confession cam how supportive her dad has always been her whole life, and that he's like gone to every high school game that she's been a cheerleader at. And then they show a picture of her in her cheerleading uniform. Holy crap, what is that outfit? I've just never seen a cheerleading outfit with like the big puffy sleeves and the little gloves. So, you know, her parents are divorced and her mom, Bobby, comes up the stairs and they're in the kitchen and she says, "Hey, Mom, Dad says he's going to go to the senior center with you." Bobby looks horrified by that thought. She gives this like shocked look and then she just says, "I'm going by myself." Then there's a lot of conversation that gives us a glimpse into the messed up childhood that Kelly had, which explains a little bit of the messed up relationship she and Michael have. And of course, knowing what we know now, that Kelly has filed for divorce from Michael, and watching this scene just kind of gives a whole nother layer of ick to the whole thing. But didn't they get divorced or separated before? And then they got back together? I'm not sure if this time it's for good and it'll stick or what. Now there's a hideous scene with what is rapidly becoming my least favorite housewife, Lydia, and her mother, Judy. They are shopping. So now her grandfather has passed away and left quite a bit of money to her mother and father. As Lydia puts it, we were always well off, but now we have like Paris Hilton money. Okay. So they're looking at all this stuff in the store and diamond earrings, clothes, and all kinds of stuff. While she's looking through stuff, she's like, Mom, you rock. And then in typical Lydia fashion, where she just has this sort of inane chatter, she's saying, I hope I'm like you when I'm your age. What's it like being 69? Is 69 fun? What are you, 6? That is bizarre to me that she would ask her mother that question. But not as bizarre as her mother's answer. Well, I like the concept of 69. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Ew! Let this just be a guide to everyone. Do not make creepy sexual innuendos to your children or to your parents. No. No, we do not cross generation with that. That's just common sense. They were in the store, it seems like forever. So they finally go to the register and they get the grand total. And the clerk says, okay, that's $1,869.46. And they look at each other and Lydia goes, oh, under 2,000. And they high five. And I'm actually thinking to myself, that is kind of a bargain because they were looking at so much stuff. Then they show the close-up of the cash register. It was very revealing. Let me just say that. First thing I noticed was there was a $250 American Express credit. Okay, I'm intrigued. I don't know what that was all about. Then, they don't call me Eagle Eyes for nothing. They don't call me Eagle Eyes, but I looked closely at that cash register and 2 items were purchased. They only bought 2 things. That's why the bill was less than $2,000, Lydia. Bravo or somebody led us to believe that they were going to be walking out of that store with armloads of shopping bags. 2 items for $1,869 or whatever. Anyway, then Lydia says to her mother, what's the best wisdom you've learned in 69 years? And Judy, God bless her, Judy says to always think positive thoughts, even though that's impossible. Well, Lydia was not very impressed with that answer, and she said, that's like Peter Pan. And Lydia goes, I know, that's so me, like with fairies and Tinkerbell. And so Lydia, and let's remind ourselves that Mom just dropped $2,000 on you for no apparent reason. Lydia says, that's what you learned in 69 years? I feel like Roman knows that, and he's 2. Oh, roasted. Then she has the nerve to ask if they've got time to go to one more store. And Judy's like, yeah, let's do some damage. Oh, back at Kelly's house, her dog is sitting on her lap, and her dog is so cute, and it reminds me of my little Olive. Oh, so it's Peggy and Deco's 22nd anniversary, and they're having a party in some Armenian restaurant, I guess. Everybody's in their cars riding to the party. Tamara, Shannon, and Megan are in one car. Kelly and her husband end up in a car that, like, they're passing them on the road, and they wave hi to her and stuff. Lydia and Doug in their car. Lydia's saying, hope everyone's going to be good with Vicky and not cause trouble. And Doug said, it should be fine. I mean, it's all about Peggy and Deco tonight. Lydia goes, oh, I forgot their present. I didn't get them a present. You spent the whole day shopping with your mom and you didn't think of anyone but yourself, did you? So Peggy and Deco and the kids are arriving first, and they're checking everything out, and there's going to be a belly dancer. Peggy, and literally says to the guy, is she cute? She's not fat, is she? Then Peggy sits down at a table. Nobody's there yet, and she sits down at a table with little Coco, who's like 8 years old. He's so cute. I like Coco's my favorite in that whole family. So she's telling him, so you're going to do what I asked you? And he's like, what? And she goes, I want you to take Auntie Tamar's hand and Auntie Vicky's hand and tell them both to give you a kiss on the cheek. Auntie? Really? Okay. Coco naturally says no. Does anybody blame him? Of course not. And she says, I'll give you money. How much? $100. $100. Coco turns her down. 200. He's like, higher. Coco's price? $1,000. Yeah. And even then, he won't do it unless he gets the money up front. Don't blame him, but wow. He's quite the negotiator. So all the guests start arriving, and 3 of the ladies are all in like black dresses with sparkles. And Vicky, I was not loving Vicky's dress. It was green, and I mean, it wasn't that flattering, I'm sorry to say. But the worst was from the back, it looked like it had a giant cutout, like a teardrop nude illusion cutout. Not good. Oh, poor Coco. Somebody give this kid $1,000 now, because Vicky has glommed onto Coco and is telling him, yeah, there's 2 people here who don't like me, but that's okay. I'm going to get through it. I'm just going to work past it. And the kid's 8. Please leave him alone. Then Peggy interrupts the crowd to say, excuse me, everyone. I'm hungry. Sit down. So out comes the belly dancer, and Peggy, you needn't have worried, because by no means is this woman fat. So she's dancing, and Deco comes up, and he's got like a wad of cash that he's putting in her costume. And Lydia says to Doug, what is Deco doing? Is he giving her money? Like she's a stripper? I mean, is that the custom? Okay, she's asking Doug, the whitest man in America. How would he know what the Armenian custom is, or what the custom is with belly dancers? Apparently it is the custom, or at least that's what's happening here, because Fun Shannon joins the party, and she gets up and the belly dancers trying to, draw her in and do a little dance. It reminded me of a bachelorette party. Anyway, they begin to thank everyone for coming, and, they've been married for 22 years. It has been a rough year for them, but they got through it, and, they love each other, blah, blah, blah. But it actually was pretty sweet, and, Deco gives her a little kiss, and I'm at home kind of falling into they are kind of sweet. And then Deco breaks out the presents. Last year, he has to remind everybody that it was matching Lamborghinis or something like that. This year, they open them, and it's this, I can't even pronounce it. I never even heard of it. Just really expensive, as we find out, $80,000 watches, his and her in rose gold, and they're super ugly. Peggy's got it on her tiny little wrist, and it's ugly. Whatever good feeling I was having about their love for each other quickly diminished. Oh, but wait, there's more. Didn't we just do this with Doug and Lydia, with her stupid birthday present where it was 1 car, but oh no, it's really 2 cars? The second one cost 3 times as much as the first one. He presents her with a 22 karat diamond necklace. It was 22 years and 22 carats, so I kind of like that, but no, I'm sorry. This presenting lavish gifts to each other in front of a crowd of people, there's no way to do that without looking pretentious. So everybody's having fun. Even Peggy's up there dancing with the belly dancer. Things are going well, and then Deco grabs Shannon and asks to speak to her outside. She's understandably concerned, and she's got this look on her face like, what is this gonna be? And he starts talking to her about that they felt like David was kind of questioning him about Peggy's cancer. Shannon acts like she never knew anything about this, which I find really hard to believe, because I'm positive that David did that to win points with Shannon, and it wouldn't make sense that he wouldn't then tell her. But, she claims she knows nothing about it. And she said, David would never interrogate anyone. He's just not like that. So all these other people start coming in. They're all sitting on the couch, and now Deco quietly says to Shannon, hey, listen, I'm sorry. The only reason I brought this up is that I wanted to apologize for misreading him in the first place. That is not why you called her out there. And Shannon knows it. She looks like she's going to start crying. I don't know. She wants to go home. She goes into the restaurant. Peggy's in there. And she says, I want to apologize for anything David may have said. I knew nothing about it. And Peggy's like, oh, okay, it's okay. He didn't tell you? And she said, no, now I'm going to have to bring it up and say something to him about it. And Peggy goes, no, don't bring it up. Then Shannon and Tamara are in the car, and Shannon is visibly upset, and Tamara's like, what's wrong? And she's saying, the stuff they're accusing David of, David would never interrogate somebody, and all this. So to the confession cam, Tamara's like, oh my God, get over it, Shannon. She knows David would never interrogate someone, so let it go. Two things. First, Tamara, do you know Shannon? You're surprised that Shannon's making a big deal out of something? Come on. And two, you know Eddie isn't gay, so get over it. It's so easy to judge others, isn't it, Tamara? Okay, that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And comment down below. I love to hear from you. And I hope you'll join me right back here every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Bye-bye.